This NCTV episode will highlight connectivity. And connectivity, Martin, what is the Novacost meaning of that word?
Connectivity, that can be used in many different ways. It's of course for us, it's obvious that we are thinking of connection between software and software. But connectivity it's a much more wide word than that. We can, for example, look at connecting equipment to equipment, different suppliers' equipment. We can look at our software connected to different suppliers' equipment to get better accuracy in utilization of that equipment. But also it's a connection between human and machine, the human-machine interface which we have to work with to get the right connectivity and to have a user-friendly connectivity. And also it's on the human side, it's connectivity between different people, like our partners and our customers. So we are working with user meetings and partner meetings to build up a network. Webinars, it's a way of nowadays becoming a way of connecting to our market and to our people to support them and to help. So it's a good word and it's a very wide word.
And we will also touch base with the buzzword Foundry 4.0 and share our vision of the future of the foundry industry. But first, let's start from the beginning.
Yeah, Novacost has made a large transformation. If we go back approximately 7 years ago, we looked similar as everybody else. We looked the same. And then we were thinking and saying, what changes and what demand could we see in the market? And we thought that we have to adapt and meet that. And what we could see was really the environment coming, the environmental friendly things and the discussion around the environment. So we sat down and started to work. And to make a transforming our company is not only to make a cosmetic transmission, we have to make it in our soul. So we worked to develop products to meet it. We sat down and talked about our values to see if we have to change our values. And during that work, we of course made our day-to-day work to develop our products for more functions and faster calculation and so on. But we also looked at how can we adapt to a more environmental friendly way. So we developed 7 values in our company, so we become more value-based company. We developed a totally new logo, a totally new homepage, a totally new approach. But again, coming back to change the cosmetic is quite easy. I mean, it's hard work, but it's quite easy, something everybody can do. But we were thinking we have to change our soul, so it's part of our living. And I think now, after 7 years, the timing is perfect and we are prepared because we have made this transmission. So please have a look at our homepage and you can see that what we really, our approach is today with lowering the environmental footprint.
And as a result of this transformation, the GGI, the Good Guys Index, was developed.
Yeah, as I said, we develop products and adapting our products towards more environmental friendly and how to support calculation around to become more environmental friendly. So the GGI, the Good Guys Index, was developed. And really in that software, we calculate the impact of CO2. So if you make a production, a casting, you can really calculate what is the CO2 impact for that part. And that is a quite comprehensive program in the way that you take care and take in the calculation, you take care of the mixture in the country, how the energy is produced in the country. So it goes from that way up to the product part and the production. And you can set all your production processes and you can make up your own process exactly what it looks like in your production and make the calculation from there. So it is a comprehensive program where you calculate the whole thing from the source of energy to the end of the production of the parts, the casting part. But not only that, during our work, and we have developed it together with our customers, as I said, connectivity again, working together with customers. We have also made so you can calculate the production cost. So we can, in each process, you can put in what the costs are, and then it takes care of the calculation. So in the end, you will have the total cost for the part. So you get two things. You get the environmental footprint and you get the cost of the parts. So this is a way, and it has taken us now nearly 7 years to develop this, but it's a very comprehensive program. And it meets really one of our leading stars, saying that optimizing your casting both financially and environmentally.
Foundry 4.0 is a quite big and complex term. How would you say Novacost is working with this towards the future of foundry industry?
That's a very big question, but if we start a little bit from the beginning, I mean, it comes really from Industry 4.0, and that was at least came up on the internet and so in 2014. And then as a subset of Industry 4.0, Foundry 4.0 has been, so to say, the new word specifically for the foundry industry. And it's centered around the manufacturing and what the future holds, with great computer power, with connectivity, feedbacks, digitalization of the physical world. So this is something we are working very much with, and I will come back to that. The Foundry 4.0 includes many aspects as robotic, artificial intelligence, data and processes, automatization, and other engineering technologies that we can see. But it also encompasses how digital manufacturing affect the way employers engage with each other. Like I said, the human touch of connectivity and the human touch of Foundry 4.0. So the concept of Foundry 4.0 includes areas as utilization of technology, how we use new and existing technology, and of course how we will develop the technology we have and use it. Effectivization, this is a very important word, but here it is very important that we do not work harder, we have to work smarter. When we talk about effectivity, if you go back a couple of years, many years ago, everybody was counting minutes, seconds. Now it's more a way of how can we utilize, as I said before, technology to work smarter. Optimization, with new computer capacity, it will be possible to work more efficient with optimizations. Novacost is working with simulation-driven design to optimize the design before it goes into production. This is built on a person with very good experience to be able to find the most optimal design. And of course, a good simulation software. What we are working with is to make a more design process more autonomous. Then we have the word greener. We have talked about the environment impact, but this is becoming more and more important. We have already talked about it, and the environment process is very important for everybody. And we are working with the GTI, the Good Guy Index. Attractive workplace. To develop tomorrow's software and product, we meet the demand of Foundry 4.0. It is one way to make the workplace more attractive. It becomes, so to say, modern, digitalized, and it will attract new people who want to be employed. Cost saving. of course, everything about cost saving. Money is driving our world. So Novacost lead star, as I said before, is optimize your costing both financially as well as environmentally. So here we have to work, and everything has to become more cost saving.
And to describe the holistic approach of our connections, software and developments, how can we support here?
Yeah, Foundry 4.0 is a concept which is more holistic and so on. And here we are working together with connecting with the other partners. For example, we are working with DISA, and we have a cooperation where we like to connect our Atas MedStar product with their globalization product. And that we could do through one of their products called Norcan. So here we are trying to find customer interested in going the next step in connecting the Foundry. So you all take care of the mechanical, of this equipment and the metallurgic through Atas MedStar. That's one way. Another way is that we have developed a program called Atas MedPro, which is like a spider in the network. We first launched it in GIFA 2019 and relaunched, or I shouldn't say relaunched, it really came out in the market and we marketed it last year. And that is like the spider. It's collect information from different devices, not only our Atas MedStar, it also take care of the spectrometer, thermometers, and put all the data into one database. And of course you can go back and analyze it from a batch number, the data you have. But also Atas MedPro will give you advice how you can change your melt to meet your own specification. So that is more holistic, taking care of many different devices into one software, making one analysis and also keeping all data at one place.
So let's talk about some development projects and collaborations that we have done this far.
Absolutely. In connectivity, we have done a lot of different connections. For example, it's something we could say is obvious, is that we're connecting our own software, the Atas MedStar and the NovaFlow Solid, the simulation program. Those are connected, and now we will launch it with a very user-friendly way of connecting these two. So 6.5 Novacost Solid version, which comes out this spring, will have its own bottom, so to say, where you can connect these and work. So it's much user-friendly, and it works very well with SolidWorks 0, and it's user-friendly. Also, we have worked a lot to connect Atas MedStar with wire feeders, because the Atas MedStar give a recommendation on how to inoculate and what to do. Then we're sending that signal. Instead of reading it, doing it manually, we have a connection now direct to the wire feeder, and the wire feeder can feed in exactly the amount necessary. Here we work first with Toyo Denka in Japan, and it's working very well. And now we also have connection with the Centauro or Purgelta. So here we have three equipments that we can use seamless with. But we are looking for more, of course. Could also mention Atas MedStar and the spectrometer to get the information, the data seamless between the two programs. So you can send the information, you don't have to key it in. So we are connecting the Atas MedStar and spectrometer. That we do more or less as a standard today, and working like that. So it independently of what spectrometer. And then also connection, as I said, with suppliers and partners. We are working with sleeve manufacturers to get the sleeve information into our simulation program, NovaFlow Solid. And the latest one we launched was our connection and our cooperation with Chemex, where we have their sleeves in our software, and you can easily, as a simulator, get that information and make simulation. So this is the way we're working, and we will do more and more. And if there is a customer partner who likes to give us one idea to us, please feel free. We are open, and we try to support our customer in the best of ways. All this work we're doing to connect and doing these kind of things is to give our Foundry a more cost-efficient design process, less scrap, higher yield, and of course, as we are pushing very heavily now, a greener part to support less environmental footprint. Because for Novacost, every casting counts.
In the next NCTV episode, we will go back to Foundry Basics with Atos Metstar and Metal Master. Our technical manager for our metallurgy department, Andre, will give you a practical tutorial of a ductile iron workflow scheme.